So it's a ball of air to support you. Now, being in the fitness industry, as long as I've been a yoga teacher, we use it for push-ups and sit-ups. And yes, you can use them for that too. So this has been kind of utilized as a fitness device. But if you go into mostly any therapeutic offices, you're going to find that they use these, and not for push-ups or sit-ups, for the rehabilitation of the spine. Raise your hand if you have any spinal concerns, any tightness, any compressed discs, anything like that. Studies show that 80% of us humans have back issues. And I have 3 herniated discs, a fractured T7, degenerative disc disease, and what else? Osteoarthritis. You know, I'm just a mess, but here I am. But this is my home ball. I have balls everywhere. This, Nizreen, where are you? Right there. She has my Kapala ball that I walk around, and I have a strap. One of my students built a strap so that we could wear it, so we don't have to walk around like this, or I was like this when I was coming down the hallway. This one has some white paint on it because I found this like thing on the side of the road, and I was like, that'd be perfect for my ball. So I painted the thing, and I thought it was dry. Clearly it wasn't, so that's why it looks like that. But this is this is why in the link that you should have gotten, this is the ball I prefer because of the build of it. The material is different than the amazing Kripalu balls that they bought. 20 years ago, I taught a class here, and they bought balls for me. And then I think it was last year, my first year teaching this, they said, you know, if someone doesn't bring them, we have these balls. And I went down, I was like, those are from 20 years ago. They were like glued together. They were so unsightly. I was like, you guys, I can't use those. They're so unsightly. But really, these balls will last you for a lifetime, pretty much. And sometimes people are using them for seats at desks. I taught at a corporate company for many years, and I was teaching yoga on the ball. And then when I would come in to teach after about 6 months, there were no balls. They took them all to their offices, and I said, we can't have class. You gotta bring them back now. We're like, we love to sit on them now. Because once you get the hang of this, it feels different. Once we start to move, you'll see that we have more mobility than we've ever had sitting in a chair. And I love the chair yoga, I really, really do, but this is a whole other experience. The first thing is just like in the chair, you want to find your feet, which is why I'm letting some of the air out, because you want to make sure you feel safe, right? Hopefully, there's no treadmills around, so that's good. But, you know, we try not to fall off the ball. So the first thing we're going to do is like any yoga class, we're going to center. So let's turn our palms facing sky. Wendy, can you turn the music just a little bit? And this is called the gesture of receiving. We're here to receive again. This is a brand new day. And in the Buddhist tradition, every day is seen as a rebirth. Isn't that amazing? Like when we wake up in the morning, instead of going, oh gosh, adulting again, see it as like a chance to just do something exciting, being incarnate. Bring your forefinger and your thumb together, and again, a mudra harnesses your energy. Forefinger connects to liver, gallbladder, thumb is the brain. Bring your eyes to either closed, or if you don't feel safe to do that, keep your eyes open. There are the candles on the windowsill, Chatika, or the eye gazing point in front of you, keeping your chin level. Start to feel what's connecting you here. Your feet, of course, are first, so spread your toes and really widen the feet. And then notice the sitting bones, the perineum and sphincter pressing into your yoga ball, and how the ball has this ability to just shift a little bit on its own. And that feels good just in and of itself. We are meant to move. Human beings have this ability to move in many different ways, multi-dimensional, multi-sided. And so I would love for you to just start to feel that essence of being more movable, less stagnant. Bring your awareness to your breath and begin to let your life flow this morning, your L-I-F-E, your long inhale and full exhale. How am I allowing my life to flow here in the now? Imagine that beautiful fragrant flower and begin to inhale it into your being and then go. We'll do a couple more. It's like we're the ball, and then we're deflating, and then we're expanding again. Now I hope you you slept well overnight. But when we sleep, our body, our lungs hold still noxious gas. This is our morning shower for our inner body to refresh. We are a very clean culture here in the US, and I very much appreciate that. But how do we clean our inner world? It's by breathing, and of course water and fibrous foods, but mostly it's the breath. Place your right hand at your lower abdomen, and then your left hand on the ribs on that left side. And let's build that 3-part breath. Inhale, belly to the ribs. Expel, ribs, belly. Beautiful, and again. Exhale. If you don't exhale, the body stays stiff. It's just the way it is. So you have to mentor yourself and just say, I'm gonna let go. That's how we let go. It's through the exhale. And then what happens is our tissues begin to relax. Now if you look up here at me, and you look at this side, and you look at this side, just watch it. I know everybody can't see me, but you do your best. Watch what happens. Look at that side. It's different. That's because my hand is touching it and I'm focusing. We want to make space inside of the body. Now switching sides, place your left hand at your belly, right hand on the right side. Then turn to this side so y'all can see me. Watch this side and this side. You see it? You can make space in your body, and the hand touching the body helps the mind to connect to that area. Let's do that again. Replace the left hand back to the left side. Fan your fingers around all the bones. Inhale, belly to the ribs. Exhale. One more. And exhale. And then from there, let's bring our hands back into Anjali Mudra this morning. Feeling this connection to the hands, balancing the brain hemispheres. Bringing a devotional feeling into your practice. What brings you here? Your sankalpa, your intention. For taking the time out of, I know, your very busy life to be here. Let this practice serve you. We're all different. We all have different bodies and different experiences. So please take care of yourself this morning. Invite any question to me that you need. But mostly, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, the inner teacher is within you. So tuning into that inner teacher. And then let's chant Om. Take a deep, full breath. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bow to this loving, beating heart that brought you here to this now moment. Yesterday is now a shadow, and tomorrow's a mystery. Here we are, sitting on a ball. Not a bad gig. And then I invite you to just look around, maybe at a neighbor, and just say good morning. Because this is a community, this is a sangha of yogis on a ball. Morning. Morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. All right, morning. Lisa, your ball has too much hair. So I'm the only one on video. Okay, keep that in mind when we start to move. It's an important aside. I love it. So the first thing is, let's roll our feet. Now, just like yesterday, the feet are the foundation of the human body, right? So it's important to find them. And then what happens is everything starts to connect, right? The ankle, right? The knee, the hip, the spine. So just rolling, and then I'm going to invite you to put your hands on your legs so you feel really safe. Breathing in and out. Because as we exhale, the body's just going to relax. And then we're going to do the Sufi grind. We did it yesterday on the chair. Press into your thighs and begin to let your tailbone move the ball. Think of being on top of a Big Band clock, and all of your body parts are touching all the numbers of the Big Band clock. Now, when I first started teaching this, I saw people like, and I'm like, but this is how the body can move, right? You know, ask Shakira how she does what she does, right? So let the hips move, and we're starting to loosen up, breathing in and out. She might need less air in that ball, that red one. Yeah, a little bit less. Use your hands and explore range of motion. And breathe. Doesn't it feel good? You know it does, right? We get so stuck below the navel point. Now go the opposite direction. Whee! Yeah. If I can do it up here with all you looking at me, you can do it. So we always start at the base of the spine in yoga. That's where the life force lives, right? So we want to bring that energy up and down the spine. Excellent. And then from here, I'm going to turn to the side. You don't have to. So we're going to walk our feet in about hips width apart. Imagine this is a chair, but kind of a movable chair, right? So press your hands into your thighs, drop your shoulders, snuggle your elbows into your ribs. This is important because this will keep you safer than this, and this will support the spine. So we're going to take the tailbone back. You see how far it can go back when we're on a ball. And then we're going to, I call this Farmer Jack, pull the tailbone under, and then begin to explore. I'm going to invite you to focus your vision. I'm not going to say close your eyes, even though I do, because you might not feel safe to do that, and that makes total sense. But visualize your spinal column. What does it look like underneath the flesh? We get so accustomed, right, to seeing our outer body, but we have that inner frame of the spine, the 33 bones, and the 3 shock absorbing curvatures. So let's begin to think about moving from the tail, the sacrum, the lumbar, the thoracic, the upper back shoulders. Then let's lift our chin, stretching the front of the neck. And then as we exhale, we're going to pull the tailbone under, rounding, pull the navel back, tuck the chin, drop the shoulders. Notice how that feels. Push into your feet, hands into the thighs, tailbone goes back, extension and flexion. Go round, pull back. Good. The ball is going to go forward. Yes. And then the ball is going to go back as you extend. And of course, we're all going to do it differently. But scoop that belly button in. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Just like chair yoga, there's probably, 1,000 things we can do on this ball. But keep going, because it's taking time. Mind and body are trying to communicate right now. And then the body will follow. So round, beautiful. And I noticed my elbows were flaring, so I'm going to bring those elbows back in to support the spinal wave. Breathing in and out. Drop the jaw open, releasing through the hip joints. Now, if you just did this one, right? If you just could remember this one, at home or wherever you are, work. I don't leave home without my ball. BYOB, Even when I go abroad, I probably won't do it when I go to Europe because they charge so much for baggage. But I usually bring a ball. Not blown up, of course. Couple more. I just felt a subluxated vertebrae realign. And that's been taking time, right? I've done about 10 of these, but it takes time for the spine to begin to loosen because we're loosening the muscles, but we're also exhaling, which is softening the tissues. Similar to what we did last night, now we're going to inhale, lift the heart, push against your thighs, snuggle those elbows, and take a deep sniff of breath. Look up. Pull your belly button in and up. Feel the stretch of your spine. Push into your thighs. And then when you're ready, slide your hands to your knees, pull the navel and go straighten your arms, pull back, drop your chin, drop your shoulders, and feel the opening along mid and upper back. I'm actually grabbing onto my knees. Maybe you can reach the knees or wherever you can, the thighs, to help you to shift the shoulder girdle down. Chin a little closer. Take a deep breath. And then from here, we're just going to use this flexion to round down and slide your hands down through the legs and let your torso pour towards the ball. Hands could be on the shins, ankles, or feet. Let's say yes to our life this morning, looking forward to the front of your mat and then towards your ball. Loosening up the neck, the muscles along the neck, the scalenes, releasing that tension along the occipital ridge, the brain stem, redirecting blood flow and circulation to our brain, which is said to be very good for mental cognition, focus, and memory. And then look right shoulder and left, as if to say, no neck tension here. See if you can really drop the head's weight like it's a ripened mango hanging from a tree branch ready to get picked. And then look forward to lift your torso. Bring your hands up onto your thighs, push down into your feet, down into your thighs. Potential to be dizzy. So when you come up, deep in the inhale, clear with the exhale. Beautiful. Release the arms down to the side. We're going to take a big old sun breath. Keep the elbows nice and bent. Gather the energy. Look up to your fingers. And then we're going to take a big swan dive. We're going to bring the belly towards the thighs or the ball. Unfurl. Let your hands go beyond your legs and see if you can grab your ball to help you to pull down a little bit more and open up the upper back and shoulders. You feel that. And then come back up. Reverse swan. Reach the arms out to the sides of this room. Inhale, gather, reach up. Good. And then do it again. Swan dive. Lead with your heart. Yeah, go all the way down. Ha. And then reaching back up, inhale, lift. Exhale, hands into Samastitihi, the pose of attention. Draw the hands to your heart. Take a moment, drop the shoulders, breathe. Notice how you feel. Now we're going to walk the feet a little closer. And we're just going to try to lift one foot. You can put now your hands on the ball and just let the foot round or roll around the ankle. Breathing in and out. And now to stay up on the ball, what is keeping you on the ball other than your will to succeed? Go the other way. Well, I'll tell you, your core. Because if you didn't use your core a little bit, you'd be on the floor already. Now this is called the swish. This is from yoga therapy. So we just swish from the knee down. It's okay if the ball moves. You're on a ball. That's the good thing. It's supposed to move. And then a few little circles. This is called the pendulum. So we're releasing the leg a little bit from the knee down. And then go the other way. And then give a couple Karate Kid kicks. Kick, just go, ha. Can you say that? Just go, ha, ha, ha. Good, and then put the foot down. Relax your hands to your thighs. I'm gonna invite you to notice that leg that you were just working. Do you notice anything different about that leg? And we can feel those sensations. They're not something that we can see with the eyes. So notice that leg. And then walk your feet a little closer, hands on the ball. Lift the other leg. I'm not going to tell you which one because everybody did a different one, so that's fine. But just let that foot drop. Notice if this side is more challenging, if the body wants to move a little bit, it's okay. The core is going to activate. This one's moving differently. It's okay. It can be a little diagnostic. Let that lower leg go side to side. This is the swish. It's not easy to be swishy, right? We're not taught how to be swishy. Breathe. Some of you are very swishy. It's awesome. Circle, pendulum. This is our yes. Let's do our no. It's hard to do with the ball, actually. And then couple Karate Kid kicks. Ha, 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 ha. And then place the foot down and take a moment. Whew. Center yourself. Take a deep, full breath. And then go, ah. And then bring your left hand down onto the ball. We're going to shift the hips right and left a couple times. Just let this left hand start to mold around the ball, like you're fully connecting to it. We're going to go into side lateral bending. So left hand is going to stay on the ball. We're going to lift that right arm up and over, or whatever arm is there. Beautiful. Feel that right side. Take a deep breath. Exhale, come back. Ha. Good, bring that hand down, slide it down the ball, just let your hips go left and right. Whee. And as the hips go left, bring that left arm up and over, side stretch. Breathe in and out. Push off with the right hand, lower the left. Now I'm going to invite you to explore range of motion your way. Go side to side. Let the ball move with you. And go as slow as you need to. And if you want to, you can let the top arm elbow bend. Just kind of let it frame over your head. This is a nice release for the shoulder. Just let your body move with the ball. Breathing in and out. And then come back. Let's rest the hands to the legs. Take a moment to feel inside. And then reach your hands behind you. Push the heels of the hands into the yoga ball and lift your heart. Pushing, feel the pliability of the hands pressing into the ball. Expose heart, chest, lungs, shoulders. Take a deep breath. And then go hara breath. In the center we go with that breath and that sound. Good. And then lift yourself up. Take the hands off the ball. Shake them. Let's do our morning warm up for the wrists and the hands. Take your right hand to your left wrist and say, hey, good morning. It's a new day, right? We gotta take care of the vehicle. Squeeze and then pull from the joint of the thumb out to the tip of the finger, all the way down, because we're gonna use our hands a lot in a little while. Definitely wanna say thank you already. Okay, shake that out. Left hand to the right wrist, little loving twisty. There's not much I can tell you all that you haven't heard, which I'm sure you've heard this so many times, but you can't heal it till you feel it. Do you ever touch your body and be like, OMG, right? Or if someone else comes up and squeezes your upper back and shoulders, you're like, OMG. So these massages are so important, right? Because we don't always know until we touch. Now, rub the hands, both sides, like you're soaping. And then give yourself the best handshake. Imagine you're meeting the person you've always wanted to meet. Think about who that might be. I'll tell you who mine is. Prince. He should have married me. Anyway. Let's circle our hands. Breathing. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our hands over the head, big bend in the elbow, really big bend. This is called the halo circle. Now, for some shoulders, it may not be appropriate to go behind the head. If that were the case, you can linger here in the frontal plane of the body or just above your crown. It's so personal, only you know. But the breath is key. So inhale and exhale. And the ball wants to move, right? Let it move. It's good. And then try the opposite direction. Now if you start to see gnomes and fairies flying above you, back off. I have seen a few. Oh my gosh, who put all that in our shoulders? Who's been shoveling a lot? I know you have, Lisa. Oh, you poor dear. Gosh. And then shake out the hands. Shake out the elbows. Oof. All right. Now from there, we're going to walk our legs wider. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to take an external rotation. Now, if you start to get a cramp, which can... I love it. If you start to get a cramp like I'm actually starting to get, release your body, tap your body, right? Do what you need to do. This is one of the best ways you can release when there's a twinge, right? Is just pound it out. Okay? My assistants, they're so cute. So we did this stretch on the chair last night. I love it on the ball. We're gonna take our left forearm mid-left leg between your knee and your hip. That feels good already. Look right. Take your right hand to your shoulder. Now it's an assistant. And then lift the elbow. And feel the right side of your body opening. Push into your right heel of foot. Now we're going to lower the right elbow to the ribs. Inhale, and then lift the elbow up and go. Inhale, lower. Now remember, you're all getting a video, so don't be like, don't worry, okay? Because I know you can't remember all these things. Maybe you don't like this one, who knows, but don't worry. Now we're going to do what I call the chicken wing. We're going to bring the elbow towards the left knee and open back up and go, ha. Inhale, lower, nice and slow. Exhale, open. Good, 2 more. And then push strongly into your left leg to lift your spine long, and then take your right arm forward, which is most neutral. Let the hand come back to the leg. Let your body readjust to neutral and center. Take a deep breath or 2. And then, I'm a big sounder, by the way. And we're going to chant tomorrow, too. So we're going to do some sound. Are you coming to yoga dance today? Say aye if you are. It's the best class on the planet. We're going to do a lot of sound in there too. All right, so we're going to take our right forearm, mid-right leg between the knee and the hip. Press away. Try not to collapse too much. Look left. Bring your left hand on the shoulder and lift the elbow. And then feel what's happening on the left side. Push into the left heel of the foot. Deep breath. Filling the spaces on that left side. Opening up the connective tissue that permeates everything in our body. That body stocking. It's like sheath. And then bring the elbow down to the ribs. Inhale. And then as you exhale, go, ha. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale. You ready for chicken wing? Bring the elbow towards the right knee and then open and go. I love chickens. I think that was a rooster. Is that a rooster? Breathing in and out. Everyone's sitting on a back jack right now. We're in Sukhasana. We're sitting on a colorful ball. 1 more. Exhale, open. Press away from that right leg. Come back to center. Now let's do a little release. And again, don't worry about what anything looks like. Just free the pelvic. I want that on a t-shirt. Free the pelvic. And then go the opposite way. Now I do this every single day. I walk around with that ball that Nizreen has. And this is what I do before almost every class. And in the morning. All this stuff, this little simple stuff. You're getting a cramp over there. Beat it, just pummel it. I promise you, if you do your fist like this is the remedy. Because it's tissue, right? It's binding. And then from there, we're gonna take a chance, because I trust you. Bring your hands to your ball and go, woo! Just see if you can, woo! We do this in chair yoga, right? Woo! You have to say, woo! Woo! Okay, excellent. Just for fun. Okay. But notice what's happening here. We're getting all this opened, right, without a lot of force. So it's kind of, your ball still has a lot of air in it.
I brought one and it's...
Go get it. Go get it, Lisa. Go get your ball. And I have a gray one. I brought it in. Or somebody blew it up. Did you blow that gray one up that I put over there?
The gray one, yes.
Yeah, is that it? It's that one over there. It's too small. Okay. I don't even know where I got it. So what we're going to do next, my friends, is this. Okay, you ready? Watch the steps. Don't do anything yet. We're going to slide our hands down. Hands on the floor. Now this is called the frog jump. But I'm going to show you the modification for the frog jump first, which is just do this. Ribbit. Okay? Or, no, I'm probably going to hit all this stuff over here. This is not good. Okay. Do right that. Okay. So let me come down here. I don't know if you're able to see me in the video, but so I need a little bit more space. So from here, you're gonna go, wee, and then we're here, okay? But if you're like, no, thank you, just creep the legs around, and then you're there, okay? All right, I'm gonna watch. No judgment zone. Hands on the floor, that's important. And then if you're like, watch this, if you're like, I'm not even gonna do that, no thank you, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get off, and then you're gonna come around, okay? All right, until you're here.
Can you demo it one more time? Do it again.
Yes, do it again. I would love to do it again, it feels so good. Okay, so we're here, and then wee, frog jump. And then once you're on the ball, you're gonna roll. Let's see. Can you angle that down? Because I feel that's the one thing I knew about this stage is that it's not gonna be enough space. Now just start to feel connected to the ball. It's a different, right? This is different now. So what's happening is we're connecting our belly to the ball, which is affecting our digestive system and the lower lumbar area. You can see you're already feeling it. And then from there, let your torso just hang over the ball. Another t-shirt logo, or what we call that saying on the t-shirt, have you hugged your ball today? So let yourself feel like you're hugging something and being hugged, being embraced. This is very much a physical practice, but I would also like to say it's a spiritual practice. Do you get enough hugs in your life? I don't, personally. I'm a singlet, happily so. But it's so important that we get hugged every day. And this gives you that essence of feeling that connection to something, feeling that embrace. Now let yourself breathe into your belly, so sniff in, and then open your mouth and go, ah. I just felt my whole back release as when I exhaled. Just let it go, ah. This is called prone, we're facing down. Now, my friends, if you just did this one every day, you would be feeling so much better in your spine. Do you feel all the space that's happening in your back? I hope you do. Now bring your hands to the floor. Keep your toes tucked on the floor, and then we're going to spring off the toes. We like that word spring, don't we? Can't wait for that word. But anywho, just push off your toes and spring. Get springy. Yeah, isn't that fun? Yeah. But what else is happening? We're waking up our feet. We're also waking up our back line of body. And we're massaging the internal body. I'm not going to say it's a great idea to do it after all the food we just ate. But this is how it works out. Because at Kripalu, we eat a big meal, we do a fun thing, and then we eat another big meal. So we're always digesting. I love your ball, Lisa. That is gorgeous. That's now my favorite ball. Lavender, oh my gosh. Okay, now bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna go for a swim. Look down, please look down, and just let your legs go up and down. And then point your toes like a ballet foot, and inhale through your nose. And then open your mouth and go, and then flex your toes to your shins. Now watch me if you're not sure. Inhale, point. Flex and go. Good, we're just gonna go to 100. Inhale, point, just kidding. This is a little Pilates, by the way. Exhale. But it wakes up the legs, right? Just 2 more sets. Inhale, points. Exhale, flex. Do you want to get your legs just an inch higher if that's possible? Inhale. And exhale. And then flex your toes to your shins, bend and extend at the knees. OMG. Feel this. Your knees need this. It's a hinge joint. It needs this movement daily without any impact. But feel your quads a little bit too, and then the way that the hip flexors are pressing into the ball. And then you can even hold the shin bones perpendicular and push into your hands and just let your heels go wee up to the ceiling. Let's go wee, wee, wee. breathe. And then walk your hands back, bring your toes to the floor, and just hang out like this, like you're a TV watcher. Just hang out here, breathe. Feel your upper body letting go. Breathe in and out. Good. Now, if it's available, bind your hands behind your lower back, interlace. And if that's not available, you can let your arms just relax, either on the ball or just relax them on your lower back. If you can bind them, wonderful. Push off your toes and lift into a cobra. Pull your shoulders back very gently and lovingly, like you have a friend behind you, putting their hands on the front of your shoulders, assisting your shoulders open. Take a couple deep breaths. Breath is key, and then you go. What kind of ball is that, Don? Inhale. Lacrosse. So hard. Exhale. One more. And then are you ready? We're going to let go. We're just going to go. Let your arms relax. And then if you need to or want to, bring your hands back to the floor and just start to roll the front body again. Drop the weight of the head. And then this next one, I call it the jackknife. So you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders, lift your legs, and just let your legs swish from side to side. It's going to loosen up your whole spine and your hips. Breathing in and out. It's like a tractor trailer, folding. Breathe in and out. Now you might have a good elimination later. You'll thank me later. Because seriously, that's what will happen, right? Because we're moving stuff around, which is fantastic. You've heard this before, you are what you eat, but we're also what we don't digest. Whether that be foods in our digestive tract or even emotions. This is our emotional center, the dantian. And then from there, let your torso release for a moment. Shake out your hands and wrists. Now this next one, I love this one so very much. We're going to put our left hand underneath the chest, right in the center. Left hand solid. You might want to move back up onto your mat if you've lingered back so that your hand is on the yoga mat. Then I'm going to turn my toes to the right, and I'm just going to lift my right arm, just like that, just turning the body side. And then from there, we're going to take our right arm, and we're going to bring the right hand towards the floor in front of you, and let the arms sweep alongside the outer side of the ball, and then just make some circles. Just take that arm as wide or as not as wide as feels good. Watch the arm. Feel that side of your body pressing into the ball to help you to find the access to this side of the body. Just making big circles, breathing in and out. And as the hand comes down in front of you, go the other way. Reach towards your back body. Let the arm just kind of slide or release around the ball. Breathing. And then if you like, you can take that top arm to the sky 90 degrees, bend the elbow, put the hand behind the back, and open up the shoulder to the back and then towards the ball. So you're going to open the shoulder to the back and towards the ball. Woo. Now notice the ball is helping to support this. And then just let that hand come back to the floor. Release your whole body on the ball. This is a recovery pose. So come on down and just let go. You can even bring your knees down. Breath in and out. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, because then I can do both. Thank you so much.
I think I found my new boyfriend.
Girl, you're speaking my language. Right? Because when we feel physically connected to, we're not as lonely. Loneliness is the silent wound of our times, by the way. Have you heard that? Yeah. I'm not lonely because I have a ball. Okay. Anyway, bring your right hand underneath your chest. We're going to do the other side. Turn your toes to the left, and then let that left arm float up. If you did the opposite side, do the opposite side. And then take that hand to the front of your mat and all the way to the back and just make big loving circles. Breathe. Take your time, no rush.
Are you inhaling on the way up?
Yes, exactly. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Most importantly, just make sure your breath is flowing. And if you look up at me for just a second, you can see when I come down, I release, I let go. So I'm not like stiffly doing it. I'm just sending this side of the body to the ball, getting more connection. And then when you're ready, go the other way from the back to the front. Breathing in and out. Oh. Good, and then bring that hand back to the floor. Now let's come down to our knees. Twist your wrist, because that's a lot. There's no, can't get around that. There's just a lot on the wrist. But the good news is we can take these breaks like this. Now, because of my special knee, I don't come all the way down and my hips to my heels into a full balasana or child's pose. So if you might have a special knee, you don't have to come all the way down either. But what we can do is come up like this. You can always put a blanket if you need me to show you a little trick of the trade when you have a knee concern, which I'm so stubborn that I don't do it. But if you get a blanket and you actually put the kneecap beyond the blanket fold, the patella is floating and you're not putting pressure into the knee. It's not enough to just put your knee on another solid object, you know what I mean? You let it float so that there's a half an inch between your knee and the floor. And that's a trick of the trade, so you don't put the pressure on the patella. So if you need that. So anywho, you're gonna take the ball and you're gonna start to roll and round. So we're not gonna come all the way to child's pose until we take care of our spinal wave. So as you bring your hips back, the ball reaches forward. Let your head drop between the arms and then come up. Breathing in and out. Finding a flow, your flow, right? Your breath, your movement. And then if you want to, and this is the good news if you have a special knee, is you can keep your hands higher on the ball. See how high my hips are from my heels? I don't have to go past that level here. If you're like, feeling good and everything's groovy, you can settle your hips down lower. Take a couple deep breaths. If you need more space for your shoulders, just widen your hands on the ball and feel the difference. And just take a couple deep breaths. We're never in any place for very long. Breathe in and out. Now, of course, in a regular hatha practice, the hands are on the floor. Now, what I'd love for you to do is move the ball across the width of your mat space. This is going to make a movement through the trunk. And then you can look under one arm and then the other. But let your head drop fully if you can. Feel this range of motion here. Breathe. And then maybe push the ball forward aft a few times, just a little vertical movement. And then we're going to pull the belly button in, tuck the chin and round the spine. Pull the ball towards your knees as you walk your hands up the ball. And then we're going to connect our whole front body to the ball and then go, and let go again. Shake out the wrists if you need to. Take a few moments. Breathe into the belly. Good work. We could just stay here all day, right? You just let go. And then from there, we're going to tuck our toes under and we're going to walk our hands onto the floor. Now, because we're here, and these fitnessy type of things, like the one that we just did with the swimming, these are just extras, but it's nice to know you can do this kind of stuff too. So what we're going to do is put our hands right under our shoulders, retract the shoulder girdle to the waist, lift the legs, flex your toes to your shins, and tiptoe your right fingers forward and see if you can lift the right arm, and then the adventure begins. It's like, oh my gosh, right? It's like sunbird. Yeah, excellent. And if the fingers don't come off the floor, it's okay. You're still a wonderful person. It doesn't matter. And then put that hand down underneath the shoulder. Tiptoe your other fingers forward. Now this, I've taught so many fitness classes at Canyon Ranch, over at Miraval too. We do a lot of fun stuff on the ball. Usually it's more fitness-like, and then people start seeing me roll around. They're like, what is she doing? She's not doing a fitness move. But this is kind of fun, right? And it shows you where we're at in our core and how we have to stabilize it. That's all. Is this side different? Mine too. All right, and then put the hand down. Now come up to your fingertips. Come up to your fingertips and notice. Yeah. And now I'm going to bring my body weight back a little bit. Are you ready for the fun part? We're going to go, woo. We're going to try to lift our arms and go, woo. Now eventually, if I get really, really focused, which I'm not because I'm moving around too much, but we can actually come into like an airplane arms. You can see if you can hold it for a mini second. I get it. All right. And so when you're doing that, every muscle in your back body, including your core, is activating. Is saying, hi, I live here. Right? Isn't that fun though, just to try? All right. And then relax. Let your front body roll over the front of the ball. Let it go. Let it all that work go. So just like life, we work a little, we rest, we recover. Big breath in and out. Now, because of that high percentage of folks with back issues, this is the one that I think is the most important, this letting go, front body, so that we can open up these muscles that align the spine. So now we're going to go into everyone's favorite yoga pose, which is, don't say Shavasana. That's right, downward dog. Okay, child's pose too. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands solid. Now, I'm going to push the ball like that. And if it doesn't go to my thighs, I'm going to take one hand and I'm going to push the ball so it's on my thighs and then push the chest into the front of the ball. Notice the tailbone has mobilization and I can turn the tailbone up. The head drops. Now, this is different than a regular dog because we have something we can push our chest into. Some of your balls are a little bit too big for that. I can feel that. But we're doing our best. Now, we walk our feet in closer, take one leg up to the sky, three-legged doggy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Can we hear some whoop, 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 whoop. And then bend and extend that leg in the sky. But notice your other knee is getting support against the ball. Do you feel it? Good. You can do all fun things. You can open the hip like we do in our regular, vinyasas. And then lower the toes. Are you ready? Inhale, exhale, lift your other leg. Three-legged. Drop your head. I noticed I was holding my head up too. You can drop it here. Bend and extend at that knee. So we're getting a lot of the benefits from a regular yoga practice, but we don't have to effort as much, hopefully. With the big ball, sometimes you do a little bit because you're supporting, trying to grip the floor. I get that. So that's why it's important to find that proper size for you. And then lower the foot, yay. And then come down onto your knees, shake out the wrists and hands, and hug your ball. Hug the ball. Breathe in and out. Good work. Now, we're going to do a reverse frog. So I'm going to come here, okay? Because I'm going to kick that. I know you can't all see me, but so from here, we're releasing here, and then you can do this. But before we come all the way forward, this is one of my favorite things. So this is frog too. You bring the legs around the ball, and I'm shifting my weight from hand to hand, and feel the magic in your pelvic. The knees are on the side of the ball, and they're totally surrendered. Your inner legs, yeah, you can make circles, I love that. Shift the weight from side to side. Let me take a peek. Yeah, isn't that nice? Hello, open hips. You're gonna watch these videos and laugh your tail off about this. Oh, but I mean the sound. The sound, yes. He's like, no. But isn't this great? You feel this? Okay, good. I feel all kind of things releasing. And then if you can, my friends, bring your feet forward, a little bit forward, and put them on the floor. And then drop your torso between your legs. Let the torso move towards the ball. Now, what I'm going to do, if I want to go a little bit more, I'm going to take one arm and hand underneath the leg, underneath,
Don't see if you can get your feet to the side of it if you can. And then the other, and then you're hugging around the side of the ball. Oh boy. And breathe. Yes, this looks great. Beautiful. That's perfect. Don't force it, but definitely breathe. Inhale, let's hear the sound of our exhale. That's when the tissues are gonna let go. And then look forward to the front of the mat. Bring your hands onto the floor first. Onto one thigh at a time. Press down. Pull your belly button in like you're tying a very tight belt. And unfurl, come upright. Ooh, what a journey. And then walk your feet forward. Let's just do a little gentle, just a little loosen. Can you get your shoulders up and down? I know it's a little cockeyed there. Good. Let your arms go like this. This is called shaking the pillars. This is from Qigong. So ha, ha, ha. So we're moving lymph circulation, blood, stuckness. And I'm not thinking about my credit card bills right now, so that's a good thing too. Ha, 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 ha. And then 3, 2, don't use your hands. 1, pause. And then rest your hands. Breathe in and out. Let's do our jaw yoga. Wet the lips and rub them. Don't worry about what it looks like. Open the mouth, glide the lower row teeth ear to ear. Several times. And then the clock, go 5 times circular clockwise, 5 times counterclockwise. Big circles, like cows and goats chewing grasses. They don't care what they look like. Actually, go counterclockwise. Because what's happening sometimes is we're clenching our jaw, right? Clenching it. We're not even really aware of that. Bugs Bunny Bulldog. I can't believe I'm putting this on YouTube. And then feel it. So if you ever want to get to the front of the line first and you're in a rush, just start. They'll be like, you go. Now what we're going to do, this is a little fitness thing. I love it. See if you can bring one heel up to the ball and then the other one maybe, maybe not. Just see if you can lift one foot. And if you're like, oh no, I'm going to fall, just put your foot down. Now, there was a time, I don't think I can do it when I'm on a stage, which is a little intimidating, that I could sit cross-legged before my special knee, though. But see, it does work with a little bit of, should I say that word, fear? It does. It does. But you know, why not? Look at that. See, I love all the variations. I worked at Canyon Ranch with this very wonderful group of fitness people, and they're so hardcore. And this guy would stand on the ball. He would just jump right up, and he wasn't young either. And he would just stand on it with this. He used to be like a circus guy. I mean, we couldn't believe it. We're like, dude, what are you doing? So it's just about using your core, right? Just lifting, lower, because sometimes we forget that we have a core. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do next, which might be your favorite. I don't know. My favorite is here, but this one is also quite nice. Now this is where the big ball people are the lucky winners. So if you need, like because I've noticed like your ball's pretty big over there, but you might get a bigger ball. If you go down and your head doesn't, that one definitely, yeah. I love it. I love the color. The quality is great. But bigger is better here. So let me show you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to conform my spine around the ball. That's the important part. So I'm going to walk my feet down. So I'm going to actually walk back here so that when I walk forward, my feet are not going to be on. But watch me first, everybody, okay? This is one where I really want you all to be safe. So I'm going to come down into a squat, okay? Which is
amazing in and of itself, right? Because I have all these impingements, but I can do it in this position. Now I'm going to open my arms and I'm going to make sure my cranium is on the ball. Because if I'm like this could be strained. This is why we want a bigger ball. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to keep my lumbar all the way to the back of my head on the ball, and this is where we're safe, right here, okay? And now we're supine. We're opening up, oh my gosh. And then there's a million things we're gonna do from there. So, but for now, and your ball might be too small for this too. So you might wanna get a bigger, just make sure when you come, so we don't wanna come up from here, we gotta go here first. So we're all the way here and here. You see this? So I'm totally connected. There's no part of my spine that isn't. And then I open the arms because I want the shoulder blade wings to spread really wide. And then lengthen the legs. And then once you're there, what I'm going to invite you to do is just bend and extend. You're going to start to squat the hips down and then go extend. This is also really good for your legs and for the marble point, the energetic point in front of your ankle. I'm going to come around, check you out. That looks beautiful. Looking good. Awesome. Fantastic. Beautiful. Breathe. Ha. And you're getting to see the world in a different way. That's pretty good too. Looks good. I love it. All the bodies are completely molded into the ball. What do you think? Sitting in a chair, right? The hip flexor, culprit for lower back issues. Opening. And then you might want to just sustain the lengthened legs. Yeah, just sustain and breathe into the front of your body as best as you can. Just go ha. Redirecting blood flow to our brain. Ha. Good. And beautiful. Now I'm going to invite you all to bring your chin to your chest. So you're going to look forward to the front of the space here. You're going to look forward, and then you're going to bring your arms up, pull the navel in, and see if you can use your core without your hands to walk yourself back up. And then bring your hands onto your legs and recover and breathe, because that was a huge opening. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Excellent. Don, is your ball a little bit too big? We want to let some more air out? Just come down on the floor and here's another good thing. I wish that we all had a wall behind us, but I'm going to show you something, okay? I'm going to come over here. So, this is the best. Uh-oh. So when you put your back against the ball, when you're sitting on the floor, if you have a solid wall, incredible, right? You can just hang out instead of sitting on the chair or marshmallow to the couch like I like to. You could just have this behind you, and then you're aligned, right? So that's that, right? So now I'm going to show you something, and you don't have to do it. I just want to show you what could be done, okay? Which I know that many of you could do it. So that's why I'm showing you. And it's so fun. So I'm going to come back down where I was, make sure my whole body is molded, and then I'm going to bring my hands down. Wait, I'm going to move up. Otherwise, I'm going to be like Nadia Comaneci back there. Do you remember her? Okay. So then I'm getting all the benefits of headstand, no pressure in my cervical, right? And then I can do fun things. I can do really fun things. Okay. Olga Corbett, Mary Lou Retton, that's my age, okay. So that's just to show you that you can get the benefits of a headstand. And I do it every day because it just, I don't know, it's just so fun. So again, I'm molded, hands are here, and the head can be down or it can be floating, right? And then you can do splits like that, all that kind of stuff. And if you're like, I want to do the headstand, but I don't want to flip backwards, what you're going to do, my friend, if you try it, is you can just bring your feet back down like that, see? And I'm back here, okay? That's just an idea. But let you play around with that or not. You don't have to do it. You can just let yourself go, because we're going to come back down there anyway.
Oh boy.
You okay, Nisri?
Yeah.
Okay. I've done that. There's no treadmill, so that's good. Oh, I'm back in business.
Yeah, better than treadmill.
Definitely better than the treadmill. Okay, I love it. So the ball becomes very playful too, right? That's another part of it, is like inviting the childlike quality that lives within all of us. It doesn't matter our numerical age. And you know what else is fun? What you're doing, right? Just this is like, ooh, right? Circles. You know, you don't have to do any of that stuff. But then I'm going to show you some more fun things that you all can do. Nazreen's doing all kind of gymnastics. Love it. So this is what we're going to do next. I hope I don't hit you over there. Mantaraja. So from here, you know, we're squatting and then we're here. Now we will keep our head up. This is called steeple mudra, where we extend our forefingers. We wrap our 3 fingers together and we cross our thumbs. And I like to also call this Charlie's Angels. Okay? Which one are you? And then we're going to go from side to side, breathing in and out. You will see this one in fitness classes. Now what I'm trying to do is also get my whole trunk to rotate. So I'm coming on almost to the outer hip. Inhale and exhale. And it's just so fun, right? Do you feel all these side body muscles? Breathing in and out. And then the next one I call the around the world. So we start in the front of our chest, and then we go around the world, which is all the way towards our head, and then we come back to the center. And then we go around the world the other way, and then come back to the center. Inhale around the world, exhale center. Beautiful. Feel the stretch of your ribs, your shoulders, your chest. It looks fantastic out there. Beautiful. Good. Love it. And then from there, we got to do at least a couple of sit-ups. You know what I mean? Because like, that's what we do on here. So we're going to walk the legs in a little bit. This already makes you use your gluteal muscles, right? Your core muscles. Let your head rest into your hands like you're getting sunned on the beach. Keep a tangerine bit of space between chin and chest. Take a deep breath. And then look towards your thighs as you lift your shoulders. Go. Good. Inhale, come back. Just up above the shoulder a little bit. And then go. I'm just going to do 100. Inhale. 99. Now if you're like, I don't feel it yet, do 10 more. Breathe in and go. So at this point in life, 54 years old, young, I'm not looking for so much of the six-pack like when I was 20, and I used to be a bodybuilder 100 years ago. But what I am looking for is real strong center of my being, because everything that we move moves from the deepest core muscles. So that's what we're doing. We're just strengthening those deeper muscles. Couple more. Are you feeling it yet? I call it gumminess. You'll start to feel like a gummy feeling. And that means your muscles are actually being worked. Now, if you can, this is going to spark up the adventure, but we're going to lift one knee, put the foot down, and then the other knee. This is where the body says, uh-oh. Now, if you start to lift and you're just going to fall off, don't do it. It's okay. We're just trying it. So now there's a little intercostal oblique muscles being activated right at the side of the waistline. Now that's all we're going to do because we're at Kapala, we're not at Canyon Ranch. So let your head Go onto the ball and let your arms stretch open and just stretch back and open up the core again. It's like an accordion, right? We've contracted and now we're opening up. Breathing in and out. Let your jaw hang open, let gravity open up the jaw. And then bending the knees when you're ready. Bring your chin back up so you're looking towards your knees. Bring your arms back up like you're serving. I always say this word incorrectly. A charcuterie board with grapes and apples and whatever else. And just keep the tray and try to use your core and your feet to walk yourself back up. And then just drop all the tray. Drop everything off the tray. How do you feel?
Great.
And now we feel some things now, but it's when we leave this equipment, when we start to move through, which we're definitely not done, but when we start to move without the equipment, that's when you might feel some difference, and that's what I'm hoping for. So now the good news is we're gonna come off the ball. We're eventually gonna come to the floor, but first step behind your ball. So you're gonna be having the ball right in front of you. Now I'm gonna we're not gonna do any of this, but I am gonna show you something, okay? We're not gonna do this, but you know, this is the kind of stuff you can do. But you see that all this is a little bit big for me for this, but you can see that I've got all this support in the inner pelvic. Right? So the whole, again, it's just a little bit big for me for this, but I can work with it. Right? So all the wonderful things that we do in yoga, we can do them with the ball. And all of this is more supported, okay? It's just to show you that. But what we're gonna do is take the hands on the top. I like to line the lines vertically because it just kind of helps the visual for the lines to be straight. And then we're gonna press the ball forward. Step your feet out about as wide as your shoulders. Does this remind you of something we did on the chair? L stretch. You can take your feet even wider. We're gonna practice squatting to your joints ability, okay? So we're gonna put our weight into our heels. We're gonna pull the ball to our knees. You can look at me if you need the visual. And then lengthen your legs, stretch the spine, stretch the arms. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Pull the ball towards you. Only fold as much as feels appropriate. That's why we go nice and slow. A couple more. Now hold your L stretch, keep a tiny bend in the knee and let your ball go across the width of your mat. Just a little bit left, a little bit right. And then let's pull the navel and tuck your chin, rounding the spine as you pull the ball towards you. Maybe it's gonna touch your shins and then unfurl. Let's take a big sun breath, lift the arms up and then down, just go. Let's do some shoulder circles. It's a slogan, that's the word. Another slogan, shoulder rolls make it better. Do you ever notice that? Just do a few and you're like, I feel so much better. And then take one and then the other. Oh. And I love the ball touching the body because you have a little friend there, right? Almost like the chair. And then maybe an elbow lift. And then maybe a swimmer's arm. Whee. Be careful because I know when the arm goes behind the shoulder, it can be tricky for certain shoulders. Now, watch me do this one. I'm gonna just move the ball a little bit forward. Put weight into the ball. It can move, so I'm gonna just press. I'm just gonna lift one leg. And then I'm gonna put that hand in the middle and I'm gonna do a standing sunbird, just a little strengthening, and put the hand down and the foot down. So the ball is under your chest, push into the ball. You're pretty close to the ball. And then lift one leg, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do it first. Do first is fine. Good. And then maybe a sunburn. Maybe you lift the opposite arm. Breathe in and out. Good. Excellent. Lower the hand, lower the foot. Take a deep breath, and then we're going to clear it out. We're going to stretch the ball forward. Open your feet a little wider. You can do a couple squats. Cleanse the body's palate. Breathing in and out. All right, and then round the spine. You can either roll the ball to you or walk towards the ball. It's the good news is the ball, it's so easy to move the ball. Place your hands shoulders width apart. Pull the shoulders back. Lift that other leg. Whee! I'm flexing the heel as if I'm pushing into the back of the wall behind. And then take that other arm forward. Breathe in and out. When you're ready, lower the hand, lower the foot. Push the ball forward, L stretch it out. You can again walk your feet open wider, bend and extend. Squatting and extending. And when you're ready, round the spine, pull the ball back to you. Lift both legs. I'm going to show you something, okay? You can stay right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to write our name. Okay? And I'm the unlucky winner because I have a very long name. So we're just going to draw our name and then we're going to go out a little bit more until you start to feel the core. So come out a little bit. There's my O. Okay? You ready? Let's try it. Just for fun. The further the ball is away from you, the more your core says, hello, hi. So if you're like, that's too much, bring it in closer. If you want more, bring it away a little bit more. Think about your name. And if it's short, add your last name. Are you breathing? I'm not breathing. Yes. Hello, core stabilizers. Breathe. You feel it? Anybody? Okay. And then pull the ball towards you. Let go. Back to the very beginning. Breathing, letting go. Now I said the good news like 10 minutes ago, but there is good news, and that is that we're coming down to our seat. Turn this way. We're going to come down to our seat, and we're going to take the ball in front of the chest, bending your knees. And we're going to squeeze the ball. Just give a little pulse. So the ball's in front of your chest. And then push your feet into the floor, tuck the chin and navel to the spine. Squeeze the ball as you lower your spine. All the way down. Oh. And then place the ball onto your abdomen. And then bring your elbows to the floor alongside your ribs. Bring your hands to the sides of the ball. We're going to work with breath awareness here for a moment. On your inhale, notice the ball lifts a little bit. So inhale. And then go. Notice the ball drops. You're not doing anything but breathing. Exhale. Now when I teach Pilates, which I do twice a week, I have one of those smaller balls. We do this. We do what we're about to do, so we're going to see how this works. Because I don't know if I've ever done it with the big ball. But what we're going to do is lift our lower legs, and here I am as your visual. We're going to balance the ball, and it might even be easier because it's so big, on your shins. And if you feel like it's going to fall off, and if it hits somebody, you can say you're sorry, but it's not going to hurt anybody, okay? But we'll try to be aware. So let the ball be balanced. You can have your hands ready But we're gonna try to reach our legs a little bit away from the center. This is gonna establish your core muscles a little bit more and imprint the lower back. So let the legs go a little bit away from your center. You feeling a little bit? Breathe in and out. Inhale to your belly. Exhale. One more big breath. Exhale. Now do grab the ball. I'll turn this way. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take the ball between our legs like this. That's fun. And then we're gonna do what is called steering wheel. So we're gonna steer the ball one direction and then the other. Do you see what I'm doing? So we're just mobilizing the hips. We're integrating the adductors, again, pelvic, breathing in and out. Now, if you're like, oh, that's fun. Now bring one leg in front of the other. So bring one leg in front of you, okay? And now we're gonna make it a little more challenging. We're gonna lower the whole situation towards the floor. You don't have to come all the way down and lift. Do you feel that? And then come, oh yeah, and then go to the center and then take the other leg in front. Lower, you don't have to come all the way down, and then go. Inhale, center, steer the ball right or left, lower and lift. So people come to Pilates instructors and they go, how do I strengthen my core? Here's a way. Whilst stretching those legs. Good. You feel the heat? Yeah, we're building some tapas in the room here. This is good. Now, good news. You ready for the best news? You're gonna put the ball down and put your legs over top of it. Oh. Dawn, is this your favorite one? Let your head come down if you need support for your head. I wouldn't say a block, but maybe a blankie. But we're gonna let the ball move across the width of the mat. Breathing in and out. Now step your feet in front of the ball. So they're on the front. The knees are going to be towards your chest. This is a really nice stretch already. Bring your hands to your knees. The feet are on the ball. You're pulling your thigh bones towards your chest. Take a deep breath. And then put your hands to the floor. Stretch your legs straight out and then pull the ball in. You're going to push the ball out, your heels will dig into the ball, and then you'll form the foot around the ball as you pull the ball back towards the back of your glutes. So just bending and extending the legs. Now we're going to do a hip opener. Bring your knees into your chest. They're very close together, really close to your chest. From there, open your knees towards your shoulders, like Supta Baddha Konasana. Now you're on the outer edges of your feet. Now stretch your legs long, all the way until they're straight, and then bring your knees parallel, and then bring your knees back. So we're just doing the same thing. So when the knees are to the chest, open the knees wide, stretch the legs out, and then use your feet to pull the knees back in. Now I didn't see anyone with socks on, but this is best to be done barefooted because the feet actually help to steer the ball and keep you just more safe in your body, so you have more control. There's a big crow up there. He's so big. And then once the knees are in, now straighten your legs straight out. And then from that straightened position, the heels are digging in the ball. Let your knees open from there. The knees are going to go wide to your shoulders and then close the knees together. Stretch the legs long. Open the knees wide. And pull the knees towards your shoulders and close the knees. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And then wrap your legs around the ball and relax. And then you can let the ball move from side to side. Massaging the sacrum, the ligaments around your sacrum. Do you feel all that wonderful contact? And then you can also put your feet back to the front of the ball
and then make little circles around the edge of the sacrum. So I'm using my feet on the ball to find the outer edge of that triangular bone. So really get a lot of contact here. And then go the opposite direction, breathing. And then go ahead and wrap the legs up and over the ball again. Relax your upper back and shoulders. How we doing? That good, huh? Now, from there, we're going to do the jackknife. Remember we did it on top of the ball? Now we're going to do it like this. We're going to dig our heels into the ball. Maybe some of your calf belly is on the ball. Put your hands to the floor outside of your hips, almost like a capital A shape with your arms, and just let your legs go side to side. They're mostly straight. Whee! Maybe you'll touch a neighbor's ball. Who knows? Make a friend. A ball friend. Feel the release of the hips, the spine, and this beautiful essence of being rocked by your best friend. And then from there, pull the ball back underneath your knees. Take your right leg up to the sky 90 degrees, and let's work the foot around to the ankle. Now the ball is just helping to support your left leg. That's all. And then go the other way with that ankle rotation. And then you can support your outer right leg, either the right thigh with the right hand, the shin, the ankle, or if you can bind with the great toe with your peace fingers, wonderful. But we're going to keep our head and shoulders down and just let this right leg open to the right. Take a couple deep breaths. Relax your jaw open. Go ahead and float that right leg back to 90 degrees. Now take your left hand, weave it underneath the right arm, touch the outside of your right leg with your left hand. Put your right hand on the floor. Now inhale first, and on your exhale, we're just going to pass the midline over to the left shoulder and say hi to your outer leg. So we're just crossing. Right big toe should go no further than the left shoulder. Now take your right hand, make a fist, and we're going to tenderize the meat this morning. So you're going to go around your glute, your right glute, your iliotibial, where hip connects to the knee, one of the tightest bands in our human body, fascial bands. The hamstring, if you're a vegan, that's a tofu string. The knee, the calf, all of it. And then put your right hand to the floor. Bend your left knee so that you're going to pull the ball towards you, so that when you now unfurl the right leg back to the ball, it has its chariot. It's awaiting it. And then let that left leg go too, right onto the ball. Take a few moments to notice your right leg, my friends. Notice how it feels. Well, left leg is excited. So keep the ball underneath your right leg, lift your left leg, put your palms flat to the floor, upper back and shoulders as well, and then just roll the foot around the ankle, breathing. Articulating that movement, just in that lovely ankle. And then go the other way. This tiny little ankle joint holds our whole body up for our entire life. That's why this stuff is so important. And then from there, take your left hand, it could be on the upper outer leg, the shin, the ankle, big toe, doesn't matter. But keep your head and shoulders down. Let the left leg open to the left. Use your right hand, press your upper back and shoulders to the floor. Take a couple deep breaths. Every exhale, helping to soften you, tell your body it's safe to let go. We've been said that we're like little onions. Like we're just unfurling layer by layer by layer with no rush. Relax your jaw open. Let it all go. And then when you're ready, float the left leg 90 degrees straight up and down. Weave the right arm underneath the left, grab the outer shin or wherever you can reach. Put your left hand on the floor for a moment. Inhale first. Exhale, cross the leg just across the midline. The left big toe is no further than the right shoulder. Left hand makes a fist. We got to do this side just the same. So get around the glute, the hammy, even the quad. Sometimes I do lift my head to get a little higher up on the leg. That's okay. Get in there. Master Adam, I quoted him last night, but he used to make us do a lot of tapping because he was a martial artist, was a Raji master yogi, and he would just make us do all this. And he'd say, "You Americans, you don't like to touch your body. Touch the body." And I was always sassy, just as I am, and I'd say, "Not in public." Master Adam. Okay, and then come back to center. Bend your right leg, pull the ball towards you. I use my heel to pull the ball, and then let the left leg unfurl to the ball and release the right leg on the ball, and then let go and feel. Breathe and feel. Jaw relaxes. So having our legs lifted like this, like we did in chair yoga, to me is superior than legs on the floor. We're redirecting blood flow. We are imprinting our spine. Our organs are resting into the back of the carriage of our body. This is kind of like Viparita Karani, modified legs up the wall pose, but we have our legs slightly bent. So we're getting benefits for our brain chemistry. It's just a wonderful way to calm the mental activity. Because when we slow the systems down, the mind will follow. Now you can let your ball move a bit from side to side. You can never have enough of that. You could just do this, Just come onto the back with your ball. Just let your back feel the safety of the floor. Take the pressure off your legs. Let's take our arms into a wide T position and then cross the arms over our chest. Reach your fingers around for your shoulders or shoulder blades, and what I invite you to do is poke around. While your legs are being fully supported, let's do a little massage for the back of the shoulders. Maybe little circles, just put a little pressure there. Just move things around. And then we're going to do a reset of the mid and upper back. Now, if you go to a chiropractor, they might do this for you, right? They wrap you wrap your arms around you. Sometimes they do it, and then they lift you, and then they press your spine back down. We're going to do it in a very gentle way ourselves. So wrap your hands now around the back of the shoulders. Grab onto what you can. Take a deep breath in. This is important, the breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Just a few inches, look to the ball. And then do a little rock between your shoulder blades. A little right, a little left. And then you can come down one shoulder blade and come up. Just go up and down and then transfer to the other side. Breathing. And then inhale to the center. One more big breath. Exhale, lower. Lower all the bones. When the head comes down, keeping your arms just where they are, relax your fingers and hands from their clasping of shoulders. And I do this sometimes in any class. And what I offer is 3 reasons in no particular order why I think this is a really important thing to do every day. 1, feel the space we're creating in the mid and upper back. We're also giving our cardiac heart muscle a really gentle squeeze, little compression. When we unfurl the arms, the heart muscle is going to expand and pump fresh blood throughout the body. And then the 3rd reason is to make sure that your best friend has a hug every single day. And even if you get other hugs, These practices are about learning how to love ourselves, offer ourselves compassion. The way that we offer others, it really does begin with ourselves. And then when you're ready, let the fingers relax, and we're just gonna slide the arms off like they're a pat of butter skidding across a hot skillet. Just let the arms slide, and then the elbows will touch down like anchors, and then unfurl the lower arms, hands, and fingers, and just notice your upper body. Breathing in and out. And if your ball wants to move again, let it float around a little bit. And then what we're going to do is place our feet to the front of the ball and push the ball away. And do one more little jackknife with the legs straightened, because we were bent for a while. So we're going to bring energy to the front of the hip flexor again, just by stretching the legs. Heels pressing to the ball. And then we're going to put the feet on the floor. Let the ball do what it does. It might roll to your neighbor. And then let your knees just recline windshield wiper from left to right, right to left. And let the knees linger over to one side and just rest in this position for a few breaths. Don't worry about the balls. People can just push them right out of the way. Now I have these step risers, and I should have given them to some people, but what I plan to do is like make a space on the side of the room, and the risers are really great because then the ball stays there. Otherwise they like to roll around. And then go to the other side. Linger there for a couple breaths. So now we're ball free. Just our body. Now whatever side you're on, unless you prefer the other side, just kind of somehow manage your way onto that side, taking your back hand and arm to the front of your body. Let your head land on the inner arm, the inner line of the arm, like it's a pillow. The top hand is now on the floor in front of you, and we're in a side-lying fetal shape. Let the belly relax, digesting some of that delicious breakfast we had earlier. Pretty soon it'll be time for lunch. Now I invite you to press your top hand firmly to the floor. Try not to lift your top leg, just kind of slide the big toe along your mat. You might push your ball, maybe it's down there, it's okay. And then use that hand that's on the floor to press even more. Look down so we don't strain our neck. Take your other hand and press yourself up to a seat. And then I have this behind me, which makes it super easy. But what you can potentially do is you can lift your fabric. You can lift your fabric of your shirt, and sometimes and oftentimes it will stick on the skin so that you can sit up. Let me come down here and show and prove, right? Maybe not, because this ball is super duper big. But if you do, and you don't have to sit cross-legged, but I just want you to get this, and it works. Good. So the skin, right? And you're all looking groovy. If you have a pillar, you can use a pillar, of course. But we don't have walls, but it looks great. Now, if you can, open up here. Let your head drift to the ball. Feel this incredible opening. And if you're in the back of the room, the radiator works just fine. Do you feel all that opening through your chest? Beautiful. Front of deltoids. Yeah, use that radiator if you're in the back. That's perfect. The lucky winner. Yeah, we can make a couple arm circles. You can let your arms reach around and above. Sometimes, if you don't have a wall, the ball might slip away. We got all that core activation, so hopefully that'll help you go the other way.
Take a moment, a breath. How are we feeling? Ready for a siesta? Yeah, me too. So we're gonna move on to, I think we're gonna wait for the foam roller because we did so much opening for our body. And if you all come to yoga dance, you're gonna need that foam roller afterwards. But we're gonna use the yoga tune-up balls. Okay, so grab those up. And then, let's see, I have these risers. I have this riser, but we can, you can also, if you know what ball you have, you can put it over to the side or wherever